Alright, whenever you're ready. Stupid quiet.
Yeah.
If you were going to design a 9mm silencer from the ground up, what would it look like? I can tell you what mine would look like. First off, it would have to have phenomenal sound performance. Nothing is more important than a can sounding good, in my opinion. I'd also love it to be lightweight. I'd make it out of titanium. Too few pistol cans utilize titanium and its weight benefits. It would be cool if it was thin enough that it made sense to use on pistols, enough to at least be able to use suppressor height sights, but it also worked great on subguns. I'd like it to be 2 sections so that you basically have the utility of both a full-size can and a compact 9mm can. Also, it would be cool if we could do something with the baffles, giving it a little lower back pressure. That would be good. Not too long ago, achieving all those characteristics in one silencer was a bit too much to ask for out of one single can. Then along came the Air Mojave 9. A huge thanks goes out to today's sponsor, Infinite Defense, and their Infinity Targets Gen 2. These targets are amazing. They allow you to easily see your point of impact. They're self-healing so you can just paint and shoot again. They are rated for 110 rounds of 5.56 per square inch, and there is no ricochets, so they're safe for close quarters training. These are also the best target that I've found for sighting in a thermal. Just put a screw in the target and heat it up with a lighter for about 30 seconds. That will be visible on your thermal for a very long time, plus the material absorbs heat from your shots so you can easily see those too. Infinity targets are a great piece of range day gear to have. The Mojave 9 is Dead Air's first offering that is 3D printed. This allows designers to get far more complicated with baffle structure than they can with typical welded baffle cans, creating the opportunity for more effective and efficient designs, and I would say that is exactly what Dead Air has achieved with the Mojave 9 and its triskelion baffle structure. The triskelion baffle system is designed to optimize sound performance and frequency while also lowering blowback as it allows gases to continually move forward through the suppressor. You can see it clearly working when you watch the Mojave 9 being shot through a thermal optic. This design is also amazingly beautiful to look at, and you can easily see the baffle design where the 2 sections of the Mojave 9 come apart. Since I mentioned it, the Mojave 9 does segment, allowing you to use it in a long and short configuration, and both are extremely impressive given their size. The Mojave 9 is constructed out of 3D printed titanium, making it very lightweight. Basically, this can is extremely lightweight, segments giving you a short and long version to shoot, has low back pressure for a pistol can, and delivers arguably the best sound performance available on a 9mm today in a compact package. If I sat down with a wish list for everything I wanted out of a 9mm silencer, the Mojave 9 checks every single box. Now I know all that sounds too good to be true, and you all are accusing me of drinking the Dead Air Kool-Aid, so I thought we'd compare it to what has been the best, if not one of the best, 9mm subgun cans available today, the Dead Air Wolfman. If you're unfamiliar with the Wolfman, it has been a titan of 9mm subgun suppression since it was launched and regarded by many as the best subgun can. I am a huge fan of the Wolfman, but if I were to complain about anything on the Wolfman, it is that it is a bit thick. Not a huge deal on subguns, but becomes a bit of an issue if you want to use it on a pistol. The other would be it's a bit heavy, not really cumbersome or anything, but it is constructed out of stainless steel, so while that makes it very strong, it also is obviously heavier than the Mojave 9's titanium, and the Mojave 9 also has a much narrower diameter than the Wolfman. Let's see how they sound head to head. Well, what'd you guys think? It's pretty close. I might give the slightest advantage to the Wolfman, but the Mojave 9 is definitely achieving phenomenal results in a much smaller package, and isn't that what we all really want? The Mojave 9 is an amazing 9mm can that checks all the boxes. Sound performance is phenomenal. While we tested it against the Wolfman, and the Wolfman may have barely edged it out, you're getting very similar sound performance out of a smaller, more user-friendly can. What I mean by that is, you can use this on pistols and still use suppressor height sights. It also just won't look ridiculous. The weight is just awesome. You don't notice it on any host you put it on. You never feel like you have this cumbersome attachment at the end of your barrel. I love the modularity. Sometimes you want to be as quiet as possible, and sometimes you'd like to have a little bit more of a compact package. The Mojave 9 allows this with great sound performance across either configuration, and being able to do that on one tack stamp is a big deal. The Mojave 9 does have lower back pressure than most of the 9mm cans available. On most platforms, you'll get no gas in the face at all. The only time we did notice a little back pressure was on striker-fired pistols, which are notorious for that when suppressed. But I will say you'll get less gas to the face than a standard baffle can would. Basically, this can has a lot to offer, and I would place it as the best overall 9mm can currently available. Now, if you had a really specific role for a particular can, you might find a 9mm can that can serve that specific role better than the Mojave. But as an overall, cover all the bases 9mm can, I think the Mojave 9 is currently the best. Well, I think that's about enough of me going on. Time to let you hear it for yourself. Now that's what I call impressive. On the 38 Special, if you listen carefully, you can hear the bullet hitting the berm and the shell hitting the ground. 300 blackout suppression is very good for a 9mm can, but you're always going to get better performance out of 300 blackout from a can that's truly designed for that round and that caliber. In the long configuration, the Mojave 9 is 7.64 inches long and weighs in at only 9.6 ounces, which is insane. In the short configuration, the Mojave 9 is 5.89 inches long and weighs in at 8.2 ounces. The diameter of the Mojave 9 is 1.4 inches. It's rated for 9mm, 300 blackout, super and subsonic, and 350 Legend. No barrel length restrictions, the only restriction being no full auto supersonic 300 blackout, and not a problem for most people. Unfortunately, it is not rated for 8.6 blackout. The Mojave 9 comes with a 1/2x28 piston and booster included in the box, so you can immediately attach this to almost any pistol right out of the box. It will accept P-Series direct thread and 3-lug adapters for the ability to attach to fixed-barreled guns and guns equipped with 3-lug barrels like MP5s and the Noveske Space Invader. P-Series adapters are the standard dead air adapter the Dead Air has been using since the Ghost. If you have adapters for a Ghost, Wolf, or Wolfman, all of those are P-Series adapters, so you'd be ready to go. When it comes to the piston, it does take a proprietary piston for the Mojave 9, meaning that it's different from the P-Series pistons, which is wide at the base, and I understand that this can is pretty thin as far as the diameter goes, so the P-Series piston probably had to be dropped for that reason. It's not a huge deal, but something to know. If you have a bunch of P-Series pistons, or even pistons for the Odessa, they won't work with the Mojave 9 either. But like I said earlier, it comes with a 1/2x28 piston in the box, and that's probably going to cover 75% of the pistols you'd put it on anyway. At SHOT Show this year, Dead Air announced several more 3D printed silencers, so it will be interesting to see how those rifle calibers pan out. I'm most excited about the No Max. But overall, I feel that 3D printed cans are the future of the industry. It just allows designers much more freedom to design structures that are impossible to make with conventional means. Using 3D printing has allowed Dead Air to create the Mojave 9, which in my opinion is the best overall 9mm can available on the market currently. You get a lightweight can with lower back pressure that can be used in a long or short configuration with a small diameter and great sound performance. I'm not really sure what more you could ask for. And thank you all so much for watching, and a huge shout out goes to Callaway Ballistics for providing all the ammo that we shot up during this video, and it was kind of a lot, so go by and give them some love. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because as always we have some really big reviews in the works that you won't want to miss. If you want to know what those reviews are way before they hit the YouTube channel, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where you can see what's being reviewed in real time. And by the way, check the links in the description. There you can find some cool stuff that I found and the best deals on it. If you want to help support Alabama Arsenal, the absolute best way to do that is through Patreon. These videos can be surprisingly expensive to make, and every little bit helps and is greatly appreciated. There's also Alabama Arsenal gear available right below the video if you want to go out and represent. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching.